So it's good to hear both Francis Drake and Walter all experiencing such high prosperity. However, this next news will definitely top the charts. I'm sure you guys are updated on the Capulet Party. Perhaps some of you were lucky enough to get an invitation. Well, I'm providing you the latest on the biggest party of the century. Montagues sneak into the Capulet Party. The Montagues snuck their way in as the night of Capulet's party and was seen trying to pursue Capulets as well as interrupt the celebrations. The most important people could be seen at the party as following: Tybalt, both Capulet and his lady, Romeo Benvolio of the Montagues, and last but certainly not the least, the Capulet's young, beautiful daughter, Juliet. William, how do you feel about this Montague sneaking on the Capulet's night?
I feel like it was wrong of Montague to try to ruin the Capulet's night. This is a whole new low, and if they had any human dignity, they would have never stepped foot into that party.
I 100% agree. No person should ever try to ruin such an important celebration. It seems we have some news regarding tonight's show. We'll get back to you in a quick break.
Anna Montague shed blood in this hour, resulting in a death for the two houses. I'm here with Lady Capulet, who came on the scene moments after the outbreak. Lady Capulet, how do you feel about this horrendous event that has been played?
It's horrible. Tybalt, my cousin, my brother's child. His blood was shed by that Tybalt Montague. Really, Tybalt?
What is it, Michael? Cometh on. Don't leaveth me hanging.
Well, although it is sad to say, considering both Tybalt and Mercutio were slain, but poor Juliet, the Capulet's daughter, is dead.
No, I don't believe it this. 'Tis too hasty, too fast. 'Tis just not believable.
Believable it is, because 'tis most forsooth true.
What hath happened? How did the lady Keith the bucket? Was the lady slain by the hands of a Montague?
The person who slain the young, quite quaint Juliet was none other than Friar Lawrence.
Friar Lawrence? Friar Lawrence? No, that gent betrothed my wife and I. That gent hath seemed too intelligent. Friar Lawrence didst not doth this. That gent couldn't hast.
Art these saying that they are taking the side of the person who slain poor young Juliet?
No.
Well, my perspective of that gent, forsooth, hath changed. What didn't Juliet do to deserve this?
That is what I'm trying to figure out. But thee keep being ignorant.
I was just stating facts.
Facts that are not true.
Well, doth thee knoweth the weapon hath used to kill it?
No.
Well, if it be true, thee hast alloweth, me speaketh. I would have said 'twas poison.
Well then, how does Friar Lawrence fit into this puzzle?
Well then, how about we showeth thee and our viewers jump what hath happened, shall we?
We shalt.
Thy beautiful Lady Juliet was found dead this Wednesday morning. The news has spread across the land. Now may we please all take a moment in silence. Now we will go to our reporter on the scene with Lord Capulet and Lady Capulet.
I'm sorry for your guys' loss to the Capulet house, but
My own kid has been taken away from me. She has been wedded by death. Oh, this is one of the most sorrowful days.
As you can see, my wife and I should news people cannot let us grief alone. I have naught to say. Now our sire will see you out.
Yeesh kebabs.
Syra, see that this man leaves the house at once.
Wait!
We are all depressed.
How didn't this befall? Wherefore would thee doth this?
Romeo of the Montagues.
Romeo? Romeo is a part of this.
Alloweth me speaketh.
That gent was such a valorous issue, despite his banishment.
Should I co-equal try to speaketh?
Cometh on fire telleth us already. Don't heed shy.
Well, and now, so Romeo of the Montagues, whom hadst love for his former lover, Rosaline.
Rosaline? Who is that? I have not heard of her.
Well, that is expected. The lady isn't very much an important person, at which hour compared to social standards.
In a way, I guess. Oh my goodness.
What is this?
I sure desire this thus clear up any misunderstandings.
As doth I. I in earnest concur with George. Friar Lawrence's participation in this is surprising. Thither hath been a reason.
I understand that everyone deserves an explanation, but what is thither to say it? That gent already West hath found guilty.
I understandeth that. But wherefore would Friar help those folk? That gent didn't have to participate in that.
I think that is something we all wanted to know it, but some things just aren't made it to understand it.
Wherefore does it has to be this way? This does not make sense.
I guess we will never know it. Either that, or we'll just have to wait and see.
I guess. Maybe. With the ending of the feud, everything will finally lighten up.
Wait, the feud ended? At which hour didst the wrath of the Montagues and the Capulets end?
Wherefore, this hour, of course, is the precedent to know if the death of the children of the will subside the feud. But valor is to know if those gents are walking it out.
Pursued. I can't believe it. I'm only hearing of this now. Pursued like this kind of news should have spread all across Verona by now.
I'm in earnest surprised to Lyra. Normally, thee at each moment has the upper handeth.
I guess I'll give it to thee this time, Dexter. What other news is thither that cometh with the feud ending?
I have heard that the Montagues and Capulets are making statues for the two young children as a sign of the ending of the feud.
That is quite interesting. What will the two statues be made of?
I don't know if Aaron. I mean, it's just an ear-kissing argument, but I believe it to have beast made of pure gold.
Pure gold? That must have costed a fortune.
Aye, those gents must have had the gross amount of time on their hands.
Pursued. Sadly pursued. We hast run out of time.
Back to thee, Claire.
That was my line.